Hello and welcome today, boys and girls, everybody who's watching today at the broadcast for the WCS League Megan series here from Bahrain, where we will drive the national circuit today with the Megans. I'm Menno Klont. I will be your cameraman and lead commentator. And we've also got a second commentator, and we've got somebody with a lot of experience. It's Wopke Hoekstra. Hello, Wopke.
Hello, Menno. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm also glad to be here in the always warm Bahrain. So we're currently in the qualifying session for today's races. So we've got quite a good grid. Who's the fastest at the moment? Any names that jump out, or are they
Well,
the usual suspects on the?
well, no, actually, at the moment it's Peter Jones who's in pole position for now, and we still have 10 minutes to go, so a lot might change, but still, I think he set a pretty good lap. I don't know about pole position last year or um, anything like that, and I also didn't quite watch the times in practice as well, but he's currently leading from, that's the usual suspect. It's Aaron Yajovsky in second place. Of course, our championship leader currently. And he will be fighting, I think, mainly Adam Pinches, but he's currently in 7th place, so he will need to improve his lap if he wants to beat Aaron Yajovsky.
Yeah, true. With about 9 minutes to go, the practice session showed that we had quite a close order. So I wonder if that will be the same in the qualifying session. Of course, I hope so. It looks like it's pretty close, with 21st position now, 1.6. Sorry, it was Dutch. 1.6 of the fastest time. So it's pretty close. And this on a track, which is 80 seconds long. That's quite close then, Wopke. So does that mean we are in for a great race? What do you think?
Well, of course, it doesn't promise anything, but usually, um, when times are close, then it should be a good battle, and hopefully we will see a lot of clean overtakes and good battles. And of course, this is quite a short track. I think relatively short, and also only about 10 corners. So there's a lot of straights as well. So you have a lot of places where you can overtake. So I think also last season we also did this broadcast together, and on this track it was amazing battle as well. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think we have all the ingredients for a good race.
Yes. No, something new. Something new. Yeah, should we say? We've got new loading screens, but we also have some new drivers. Can you point out which drivers at least are for you new in this league, and what you currently saw them do in the practice and the qualifying session? What do you think
Yeah,
of
actually,
them?
I don't know exactly which drivers are new, but for sure I know. Attila Molnar, he's driving for CMTech Racing, and he's currently in P11, just ahead of his teammate Rien Koekstra in P12. So that's a good job for your first race to be in P11. That's quite a good starting position, and we'll see what he can do from there. And I think also Fabian Walter is also a new guy, and he's in P14, so also quite good. And of course, as you said, it's all pretty close. So for example, Fabian Walter is only 1 second of the lead, so that's not a lot of time. And if he races well, then he could easily gain a few positions there.
Yeah, that's very
Um,
true. Very true. While we're currently watching David Baranek, which of course is a returning face from last season. He won, I believe, 1 or 2 races last season, and he's back for this round. Now currently in P19. But of course, we know how strong David Baranek can drive. So
I think it's also maybe he got a late call in or something, and maybe he just lacks a bit of practice. But I think as the race progresses, he will be improving, and he will be one to watch at least for the points for sure. So that's going to be interesting how he will do.
yeah, that's very true. Well, we now have quite a few changes the last few minutes in the
Oh, actually, for pole position
for
now,
pole
Craig
position.
Pedersen.
Oh, that's a really good lap from Craig Pedersen. Just pips Peter Jones from P1.
Oh,
With Chris Shepard now in P3. While Wesley Stefano jumps Craig Pedersen now for P1. So wow, that's
only
really
eight
close.
thousandths of a second though, so it's really close, and yeah, it's far from over. I think we're gonna see a lot of changes even in the dying minutes here, because the track, of course, is rubbing up, and like you said, the times are really close. So if you can only gain 1/10, you could already gain a few positions with that.
It's very true, and it's so close. It's amazing that we've got the top 15 guys within a second, and yeah, even got people just improving. Look at Garrett Vries, who did, I believe, a very good lap to get within a second. Dan Hurt within a second. Yeah, and a new guy, Attila Molnar, now on 8/10 of the pole, but still I think this is pretty good. We've got Willem Kranendonk, who made his debut 2 weeks ago. He's now in P10. Looks very promising from him. We've got Argo Taylor, of course, returning to touring cars here at WCS. So he's in P7, very good. And yeah, Chris Shepard in P4 after 2 weeks ago when he got a podium in, I believe it was race 1, and he's back now and now currently in P4. And do we have got any other new guys? Yes, we've got Fabian Walter now in P16, just outside the top 15, but also outside a second of the pole. But yeah, this is still pretty close for somebody who makes his debut. And another debutant is Jeroen Huisers. So yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I just saw something quite interesting. That's the two Multiforce guys, Jason Muscat and Aaron Jajowski.
Yeah.
And Muscat ran into the back of Jajowski when they went into the last corner. So I don't think that's what he meant to do. And also, what's interesting, I thought that Jajowski was all the way up there in second place, and now he seems to have changed his car or something. Because he currently doesn't have a time set and he is in last position, so not really sure what's going on there, but let's see how he will get his time in now, if he can get a good time in or not.
Yeah, because how many drivers we now have currently in the session?
26, so
26.
I think that's everyone competing, so that's great to see that.
That's a huge grid, and actually the live timing here on the broadcast shows it first 24. So yeah.
That's almost everyone. So
except
still good enough.
Yeah, 2 Multiforce, I guess.
Yeah, currently but I think they will be improving. So.
Well, I hope so. They are, I believe, first or second in the Constructors' Championship. So they have something to do. Let's see. This is Jason Muscat. What will he do? Will he jump or just start?
Yeah, definitely to P9.
P9.
Only 4.5 tenths of the lead though, so that's insane. The top 10 is within half a second.
And where is Jajowski?
I think he went back out because he got hit by Jason Muscat, by his teammate, and maybe he had some minor damage, and his lap wasn't that great. So.
We're now on board on the hood cam of Aaron Jajowski. And don't forget, Aaron Jajowski was, I think, the best driver 2 weeks ago at Mugello. So he's hunting for the championship. So he needs to make sure he delivers because the competition is fierce. And I must say this is amazing. We now have got the top 19 guys within a second. We've got a lot of people improving. This is so close. I think this is the closest race we ever had. At least with that many drivers in that amount of difference.
And if it's the same in the race, I think we're up for a real treat, because it's gonna be so much about making smart moves as well, like not just putting your car alongside somebody whenever you can, but you also need to be smart, because if everyone is nearly as quick as you, then there's no point in wasting time trying to overtake someone. You need to make your overtakes at the right moment, so you don't lose too much time when overtaking. So it's going to be interesting who are going to be the best ones here. Another interesting point already for the race, I think, is going to be the pit strategy, especially with everyone being so close. So yeah, there's a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was still following Aaron Jejowski. What can he do from P26? Because this will be his, I think, his final lap.
Yeah,
He might do another
I
one.
think he's going to get a good time. He's currently 1/10 down on Stefano in the second sector. So here he comes on the final straight now.
P4, P5, I think P5. What will he do?
He goes P1.
P1? No.
Yeah, he was 1/10 down,
Wow.
not 1/10 up.
Oh, sorry, yeah, because
So,
I don't see anything, and I didn't see how good his sector was. But this is
no worries,
was an
he's,
amazing lap, of course, from him. Let's see, do we got any improvements? I believe. Let's see. I think Niels Vos might be in a improvement. No, we've got Miguel Machino with a good sector 1. What can he do? We're on board with Miguel Machino now, who's now in P13. We still see a lot of green sectors in the second part of the top of the grid, actually. So a lot of people still improving. So this is of course very good. Oh, we have Fabian Walter who spins down Hut with a lap time. We got Matthew Clip with quite a good lap, I guess. He's now finishing his lap. What can he do? Can he jump? And if he can jump, where can he jump to? P... Will he jump? Oh, to P7! What a lap from Matthew Clip then. That is an amazing lap to get, yeah, within 4/10 or 4/10 of the pole. So it's a great lap for Matthew Clip, which I actually didn't expect. So, qualifying done. 26 drivers, it's a good grid, and yeah, nothing changed. Aaron Jejowski is the fastest, at least he was 2 weeks ago, so very interesting. Looks very good.
Yes, and second place Wesley Stefano, of course, pole sitter in round 1. So yeah, the usual quick guys, I think they always manage to find just a little bit of extra time in the car. Yeah. Even on a short track like this. So
and yeah, I would say something. I don't know if you can get it on air, but numbers 25 and 26. You can see that time, okay? I will show the viewers. This is the all the times currently set. And we see all the times, and we see number 25 and 26 with the same time. That's how close it is. And yeah, even the slowest car was only 1.3 seconds down. This is really crazy.
Yeah, this is really going to be a very, very interesting race. I'm not sure what to really expect because, yeah, who's going to win this one? That's really the big question, of course. And with the times being so close, I mean, theoretically, it could even be someone starting as low as 20th place because they still have the pace. They are still pretty close to the lead, and of course, maybe it's more difficult, but yeah, a bit of a difficult one to call, and really going to be interesting to see who gets out of this the best.
Yeah, of course, if you have pole, it's the best way to start it. But yeah, it's so close that I think, yeah, if you have the best, how should I say, the best pit stop, the in and out lap, and just the timing of the pit stop, I think you can win a lot. So that will be very interesting to see. So yeah, we're going to look what it will be and which teams will be fast, because we've got a lot of different teams now who are actually getting in the mix. Normally we had the top 4 teams. I think that's Adonis, Malta Force, Performance and Racing Team Schoten, but you now have other teams that are looking with at least one driver to spoil the party. So will be very interesting to see. Well, we now have the what is it? The warm-up session where you see a lot of people do practice starts and those kind of things. And we're just going to follow Willem Kranendonk. And,
Yeah, I was following him
yeah,
too. So
so we're on board. So he now has extra weight. So if he's slow, then it's us.
that would be poor.
That would be poor. It's yeah.
Actually work like that.
That's what you call commentator's curse.
That's what you call commentators' mass.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
The curse is when they crash, of course. So let's hope that doesn't happen today.
Yeah, well, let's hope we don't curse anybody today. So yeah, we're now still following Willem Kranendonk. He's actually very close to that Malta Force, so that will be very good for him if he can do that in a race. But I'm quite impressed with Aaron Jajowski, let's be honest. Has no time and yeah, sets a time and gets pole. Of course, that's something where you dream of, and yeah, Aaron just delivers when needed, and yeah, very good for his team. Malta Force, of course, where he's hired by team boss and teammate Jason Muscat, who actually did quite a good lap as well, and will be interesting to see what those guys can do.
Yeah, and of course, especially for Jajowski, I think it's really good that, I mean, when he switched the car, I don't know exactly why, but he only had, I think, 1 or 2 laps to deliver a good lap, and he took pole position by 1.5 tenths, so that's really good from him, and yeah, quite impressive, especially I mean, the gap by which he took it, if you compare the rest of the field, that, I mean, for example, last place is only 1.3 seconds behind, but then to have 1.5 tenth gap, that's quite a big gap, relatively.
I agree on that. It's something special, this race, and I didn't expect that before. Of course, we've got venues where you can have close racing, but yeah, to see everybody within yeah 1.3 seconds, that's yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, you can go from hero to zero now, and from zero to hero. So it's all about how the race will unfold, how will you do the moves. If you can gain a position, if you nail those things, you can just move up. So that's very interesting. But also, of course, a very interesting fact with 26 drivers, we know now that we've got 11 drivers without points, because only the top 15 will get points. So that will be a very interesting point to see. So yeah, I wonder what will happen in the race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if there are people who fail under the pressure or not. If they excel under pressure, that could also happen. And yeah, of course, I just want to say, for maybe some people don't usually watch WCS Megané. If you don't do that already, then of course make sure to subscribe so that you can see more of the future races as well. But yeah, also just a small explanation is that these cars, everyone is driving exactly the same car, except for a different livery, and they are also using the same setup. So of course that helps when you get races like these. It makes them closer, but still, to see everyone this close is quite impressive. And I think of course it's also for people who don't usually race or are not sure how to set up the car. It also makes it a little bit easier for them to jump in the car and also compete yeah, with other guys, so that's also fun for them.
We're now currently looking at Niranjan Kumar, who was really fast 2 weeks ago at Mugello, where he won the first race. Let's see what he can do today. Leon Kumar is a very talented and very gifted driver. But yeah, we've got a lot of those on the grid, so it will be yeah, the clash of the titans, and I wonder how the fastest Indian of the league will cope with that. How will he do? He actually now goes pretty fast in the session now in P3, so looks good, because I'm pretty sure Niranjan now is driving on race fuel, so
Yeah, I expect everyone to be on race fuel. At least to me, it wouldn't make much sense to practice qualifying laps now, since we are only doing 2 races now and no more qualifying. So yeah, but you never know. And
yeah. We're actually now watching somebody you know, okay? Watching Rink Hoekstra. I think that guy is strangely familiar to you.
yeah, that name does
Ring a bell?
ring a bell, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, of course, he's one of the older guys in the league, in age, not in experience. So yeah, I think he was only 1 second off the pace, but down in 19th position in qualifying. But yeah, still, he's doing his job and he's just having fun driving, or at least trying to have fun, I think.
Yeah, something I wanted to say. I believe Rink Hoekstra didn't score any points this season. You expect him to score points today? Because the grid is quite big, or do you think with more drivers it will be more difficult for Rink?
I think, yeah, of course, with all the new names coming in, that could be a positive, because maybe they don't have the experience. But of course, when there's a lot of guys on the grid, it's going to be difficult to outscore or outdrive everyone and score points if you don't have the raw pace, maybe. Last race, though, he was pretty close. He finished 16th place, so maybe if he does one better this time, he will get a point, and that would be a really happy moment for him, I think, and he will be yeah, having a big party.
Well, I want to be invited for that party. Can I invite myself, or just get invited? Like I will give commentary on that party.
You need to, yeah, you can commentate on the party. That's okay.
Yes.
I think you need to ask Rink himself about that.
I will do. So, with 2 minutes to go, I will tell you what my biggest fear is of today's race. And those are actually the pit stops. The pit stops are quite long today. And yeah, I believe it's more or less 1 minute, maybe a bit less, 30 seconds. And yeah, if we see 26 cars coming in within 2 laps from each other, I think we will have some problems in the pits, so it will be very interesting. So that's something I will look forward to see if everything goes good with that.
Yeah, of course, I think the pit stops here is also always a thing, and I think you lose almost a lap, or, well, not completely a lap, but since the lap is so short, you lose a lot of time and track position, relatively short lap, of course, so they can almost be at the back of you, and especially if you are already at the back and you make an early pit stop.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually typing something. Well, we have still 1 minute to go. Yes, I see a lot of people. Yes, I see a lot of people now looking at the pit entry, and they're testing the pit entry still. We now have quite a good screen of both the CMTech cars now on air. We've got Rink Hoekstra, and behind him Attila Mornar, and Rink Hoekstra goes off. Just trying a wider entry of the corner. And Rico
And
says,
just,
yeah,
I think he's just checking the gravel.
yeah, if it's good
Well,
accessible.
it looked pretty good. I mean, I don't think you lose that much speed, so that's positive. I think, well, to be honest, for the race, that's gonna be a good thing. I mean, we do have some gravel traps here, but not that many, and I think that's a good thing because then, even if you spin, you are not stuck in the gravel all the time, and you don't lose that much time. So, and the runoff areas are pretty big, so I think there, even if you make a mistake or if there's a crash, I think people can still continue, and that's also always a positive thing.
That's a very positive thing. Well, I see everybody now wishing themselves and their rivals luck in the chat. Yeah, we see people still finishing the laps, going.
Yeah, and waiting for someone, but
Yeah, I believe we're
after
waiting
that we
for.
should be going.
Yeah, we're waiting for the pole guy. I believe.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah, we
quite
can't
a
miss the
shame if you
pole
missed it.
guy. Wouldn't be the first time we missed the pole guy actually.
Yeah, and of course also the second time he would be missing, and he's back now, so I think we're gonna be starting really soon now.
We've got a great battle between one of the performance cars and one of the TC off cars, which is David Baranek. They're actually training the battling. Let me just get that in. See, yeah, the other car is Roy Vazel. Just driving next to each other, looking who can brake later. Oh, this is a great battle actually. Baranek and Vazel just before the race, so it looks like those two
Just
look.
seeing
Yeah,
what's possible or not. So
yeah.
if they crash now, they should have practiced more.
Yeah, but you see, they take already risks. They just want to go over the limit a bit to look where the limit is. If you want to know where the limit is, you need to step over it a little bit, not too hard, but yeah, that's what they try. Where should I give
Yeah.
room? Should I give more room? Should I give less room? This is valuable information for all the drivers.
Although if you see this, I think it's really, it's
Yeah.
really, as they get really close. But I think stuff like this is gonna cost them a lot of time in the real race.
Yeah.
I mean, if we would have this in the real race, then that's where you start seeing the gaps because everyone is really close. I think it will be a long train of people, but as soon as people start pedaling, that's when they start losing time. So you need to be really careful with when you place your moves, but at the same time, if someone is really slower than you, you also need to get past as quickly as possible. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how everyone takes it on and how everyone is able to cut their way through the traffic if they need to. As we are setting the grid now, so I think we're moving on to the race.
Well, I see some complaints about turn 3.
That's a really tight corner. Of course, that's where it
Yeah.
splits from the long circuit. So yeah, it's a bit of an awkward corner, to be honest. I agree with them. And I think we've seen crashes there before because it's just the shape of the corner allows for multiple lines, and that's where you get crashes.
So yeah, that will be yeah, the danger zone. I think
Yeah.
this race because other corners you can run much wider, so it will be interesting. We've got a new yeah loading screen or YouTube screen. What do you think about it, Wopke?
Yeah, it looks amazing. I think that's the best part we ever had.
Yeah, well, actually this is made customized by Lux Liveries. So thanks Lux Liveries and yeah for making this. And yeah, it looks awesome. And if you ever need something, go to Lux Liveries. He is he's doing very nice things in sim racing. And yeah, I think we should give a bit of a shout out to him.
Yeah, of course, when you make stuff like that, that's always
Well, I see
good for the
everybody.
league as well, so yeah.
Well,
And,
I now see everybody running from the start-finish straight, because we are going to go to the race pretty soon.
yeah, we are already in the session, so everyone is going to the grid now slowly. Of course, people always seem to wait for the last second. I'm not sure if it makes any difference, but maybe they are all checking, just making sure they have enough fuel on board, making sure they have the right tires, making sure everything is correct so that they don't mess up in the race. And after that, they set their cars on the grid. Hopefully, everyone will be on time.
Yeah,
I think
I
most
agree.
people are already there. We are just waiting for Theodoros Aziroglu now, and he's also on the grid, so everyone is on the grid now.
Yeah, can I also give a shout out to the two marshals in the right part of your screen? So they are looking. There's an ambulance standing by, because you never know. Somebody might fall off his chair.
Something happened because we went back to the warm-up.
So we're waiting. I believe the two marshals didn't declare the warm-up lap for opened, so we need to wait for it.
And yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, we're going back to the race.
Yeah, I believe.
Interesting. Maybe Roy Verzal is cheating. No.
No, he wasn't
No,
cheating.
just
Maybe he was just too late. No, kidding. No, I think
just
it
joking,
was.
and
Yeah, I think it was might be a minor setting or something. So, or yeah, something else. So we were waiting for everybody now to line up.
yes, and hopefully everyone will be on time again.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Would be a shame if they were on time the first time and then they missed the second one because they think
that will
we
be
have a small break.
a huge shame.
But I think everyone is still here. Just a few guys left, so.
Oh look, can you see those two marshals? Actually, on the right of the broadcast.
Wait, no, I can't see it right now. Oh yeah, I can see them. Oh.
Yes, those two. So those two will have a good race. Hopefully, nothing to do. Not getting something in the.
Hopefully, no cars that fly towards them.
No, just away from them.
Look, we drive past them now.
Yeah, look at the huge crowd at the grandstands. But let's do the start grid, and I will let you do it so that I can do the cameras.
Alright, on pole position, as we already said a few times now, is Aaron Jovski. Well done, Tim. And behind him, or well, actually next to him, is Wesley Stefano in second place. Then we have Craig Pedersen and Peter Jones. We have a really good qualifying Peter Jones this season, also in the WCS GP. I think he's really shown that he is a really quick driver, so good job there for P4. And then we have P5, Chris Shepard, P6, Adam Pinches, P7, Matthew Clip, P8, Roy Verzal, and I'm going a bit quick because we have 26 drivers in a short lap. And then we have P9, which is Jason Muscat, and P10 is Roy Scroton. I think those two will be a little bit disappointed. Then we have Argo Teeter in P11, Niranjan Kumar in P12, Willem Kranendonk in P13. Then we have Miguel Muzinho in P14, Attila Molnar in P15, Jeroen Huizers in P16, Gerrit de Vries in P17, David Baranek in P18, and we have Rink Hoekstra in P19, Fabian Walter in P20, Daan Hut in P21, Niels Vos in P22, Rob Hermans actually in P23, Mark Fuller in P24, and then we have on the last row Eric Stamford and Theodoros Aziroglu.
So what a grid!
That rounds out your grid, yeah, and I'm just in time as they are already coming onto the straight, so yeah, long grid, and of course,
Yeah.
only a short lap. So.
Yeah, there is a rumor that one guy called Cyril Abiteboul is here to watch all those great Megane cars. So we will have more info about that later. For now, we are going to watch the race, and we are going to watch the lights, rating. Waiting for the lights. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And like Murray always says, go, go, go. And a good start from Messi Stefano. But yeah, Aaron is going to the fence. Oh, they swap lines. This will be very close. What will happen at the front? Oh, look at that. All those Megane cars going there. It looks surprisingly cool. But Aaron Judowski still in the lead. Turn 3. Will that be danger in turn 3? It's going okay, but I believe we've got one guy. Is that Muschino? Who's that?
Yeah, that's Musinho indeed. Musinho has gone round. Let me just quickly grab a replay. It's contact with David Baranek, who tried to pass 2 guys at the same time, and I think he got stuck together with Jeroen Huizers and then went into Miguel Musinho, and Musinho got the worst out of that, and he is now last place. That's unfortunate for him. And, other than that...
Oh, we've got another spin in the background, I believe.
Yeah, it's Jeroen Huizers, Garrett de Vries, and Mark Fuller as well, so both... I think that's both ST cars. Yeah, both ST cars involved.
For the rest,
really
it looks quite okay. A bit wibbly wobbly.
I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like Dan Hut and Gerrit de Vries made contact, and then Gerrit went round into Jeroen, and Mark Fuller couldn't avoid the incident.
Currently on board with Adam Pinches in P9. Oh, he's got a big battle in front of him. Look at that.
Look at this. Look at the front actually. Aaron Judowski already a second away from the rest of the field, so that's amazing.
Yes, he does it like Lewis Hamilton, I guess. He's always checking out in the recent of races, and Judowski looks like he's doing the same. While I miss Aaron Judowski now. He's got a bit of lag at mine. I'm not sure if that's at you as well.
Yeah, he does have a bit of lag, and I think he also lost quite a lot of time there because of a small lag spike, I think then. And he is currently under threat of...
but look at Chris Shepherd. Chris Shepherd for P3. He is racy. He is so good. He's in good shape the last races in every car he's driving. He's now battling with Craig Patterson, who is the lead aid of this race. And look at Chris Shepherd now gets the inside. Will he do it then? Yes, look at that, look at that. Chris Shepherd with more speed, but now Craig Patterson can get the slipstream. What can he do? Can he get the inside? No, he cannot get the inside. Oh, he's trying. Oh, they push, but he jumped out just okay. Well, Aaron is, I believe he's back, but Wesley Stefano is really close on his back. And look at this, he can just, feel the Macedonian driver, he's still close, and he now can get the slipstream. What can he do? Can he pass? No, not yet.
And also 2 guys who had a good start are Matthew Clip and Roy Scruton, who is burning his tires now in P6 from P9. So big
respect for Matthew Clip, who was in P4, I believe, in the second race 2 weeks ago, but now in P5. This is pretty good. We got who's that? Peter Jones now in P7 with Adam Pinches now in P8. It's not. I expected more for Adam Pinches, because he's got a reputation of being really good, but race is still long, and he sees most of the drivers quite close, and he tried a move on Peter Jones, and I believe he misbraked himself, and now he might be overtaken by Jason Muscat. Jason Muscat next to Adam Pinches. Look at that. Oh, but Jason Muscat can do it because Pinches gets the slipstream of Jones. Oh, look at Muscat! Look at Muscat! Around the outside! Can he do it? Can he do it? No. And what happened to Pinches?
Oh,
I believe.
Teeter is there as well.
Oh,
Just
Teeter.
something. Oh, wait a second.
What's
yeah, I
happened
think
there?
actually Teeter gave Pinches a small tap in the rear, and that's what cost him the position. And also they passed Muscat.
I think a spin of one of the. Is that one of the Multiforce cars?
No, Scroton, I think. Roy Scroton. He almost spun the car. He just made a small mistake, but he's now down to P7.
Look at the battle. This is Scroton against Peter Jones. Peter Jones is really the upcoming driver now. Well, Roy Scroton is of course the more experienced driver. And look at this battle. This is an amazing battle as well. We should have 3 cameras, but I can only do 1 at a time. But yeah, the battle is amazing. Going to the lead again. This is Erhan still. But look at the slipstream that Wesley Stefano now is getting. Will he do it? Will he get the inside? He will try it. He will try it. No, not yet. Oh, he's trying. And oh, look who's fast. It's Matthew Clip is pretty fast. Oh, and look at this Argotator.
Scroton made his way back past Jones. As Jones almost makes a mistake and gets it in the rear. So that just went okay. Let's see now. Actually, yeah, so far it's been quite clean, so that's great to see. A lot of good battles so far already.
Any retirements?
So far there are no retirements.
Wow,
it's Mark Fuller in P26 still driving. Actually, from P20 to P25 there's a big train behind Rink Hoekstra, who is holding up Eric Stanford, Rob Hermans, Gerrit de Vries, Jeroen Huizers and Miguel Mozinho. But so far he's doing a good job with that.
Oh, look at this. Wesley Stefano now got a even better toe, I think, on Aaron Giowski. Yeah, you need to do it one time, I think. Going around the outside, can you do it? Oh, can you do it around the outside? If you get past around the outside, your team boss will break both your legs after the race. Oh wait, no, that's not true.
Leg, yeah.
That was leg.
And
I'm not sure what happened there.
I think Wesley has crashed now because of the lag, and his car, yeah, he's out of the race.
Oh my god.
So that was an interesting one, and
this was of course very bad. We had such a good race, but for some reason the game, yeah, well.
It's always unfortunate when that happens.
This is really poor. This is the 2 fastest drivers have now a problem, which of course will be pretty interesting for the championship. But this is pretty poor, and not the fault of the drivers. Well, I believe Jojowski is still. Yeah, he's still
but he's down to P8. But,
and Wesley Stefano retired.
Yes, suspension damage. His car was stuck in an interesting position. So yeah, not much he could do anymore. He couldn't go forward anymore. So really unfortunate. And of course, I don't think there's much Aaron Joski could do about that. Of course, with your internet.
Yeah. But look at this. Look at this. Because the show must go on. We've got a battle for P3 and P2 now. It's Pedersen against Clip. Yeah, and this will change all the things. It's Matthew Clip now in P3, and if he can get that P3, he will be, I think, over the moon.
Look at this for P4. There's 5 cars fighting for P4 now.
Oh my god.
Insane. And it's Jason Muscat now in P4, and Roy Scroton is out of the race.
No!
So what happened there? He was fighting with Roy Verzeil. Let's see what happened. Oh, I think Verzeil pushed him a little bit wide there on the curb, and he spun and into the wall.
Oh, and a mistake from Peter Jones, and the battle of 5 will be still a battle of 5, but they changed positions, and it looks like
Looks like contact.
It looks like contact. Oh, look at Jajowski. Look at Jajowski. He's trying. And look at Kumar. Kumar is trying. Yes, Kumar is still there. Hello, I'm Mr. Indian. And I'm going to pass. Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Late
Peter
braking.
Jones.
Bit of bumping, but not of the worst kind. So,
That's the kind of bumping that, in my opinion, is allowed in touring cars, as long as you don't spin another one out or cause massive damage, then it should be fine, in my opinion.
yeah.
But Aaron Jajowski now for P5, and look, this is exactly what I said about all the fights going on, and that you lose time. Look at Jason Muscat now. He has a big gap to his teammate now in P5, as there is something going on at the back as well. A lot of positions changing, and I think look at this, even behind as well now we get Attila Molnar, David Baranek as well, all entering the train of people for P5 now.
That's very true. And now the top 3 drivers, so those are Shepard, Patterson, and Clip. They all didn't win a race. So is this your chance then with Aaron now in P5, or do you think Aaron can easily get the time back on this top 3? Or don't you think that's possible?
Yeah, I think if they ever had a chance, then this is the one, I think.
Well, we've got a battle, not with Vettel, but with Verzeil. And Roy Verzeil is battling. Who's that? That's Peter Jones. Which car is going faster on the straights? Yeah, they should go more or less the same speed.
Yeah, I think Verzeil has a little bit of overspeed, and that's because 1 second ahead.
Oh, 3 wide! Oh, nearly 3 wide on braking. Kumar.
Oh, and
what
look
about
at this, Baranek. Oh, Baranek forcing his way up the inside there. Yeah, well, I think that was a bit of a late move, but he made it stick without any crashes. So
yeah, what happened with Pinches? Pinches in P15. What happened there?
Ooh, he must have had a crash. I think that might have been the name I saw dropping down the order then. Let's see what happened. I will just quickly check the replay if you can continue then.
Yeah, of course I can continue.
Oh, that's interesting. He crashed with Roy Scruton on the straight, and I think that's well, actually, I think that's because Roy Scruton was moving towards him. So that's an interesting crash, and yeah, I think that's going to be one for the stewards to look into after the race.
Are we more or less going to the halfway point pretty soon?
Currently 1/3 completed, but yeah. I think this is the moment we start seeing the difference between guys who... Oh, Attila Molnar out of the race now.
What happened there?
Let me check it out. Oh, he spun out of the last corner and called it a day. That's
Shame.
Unfortunate. And
I'm just searching with the camera, but the camera can find him. He's there. I'm going on board with him. And he spun out. Because he was in a quite good position, I guess. Or was it already out of the point? I'm not sure. Let's just continue the...
No, I think he was in P10 actually or something. So actually doing quite a good job. So it's unfortunate when someone crashes like that.
Yes, but we still have our race leader leading. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been the race leader. Chris Shepard and Craig Patterson can follow pretty good. What's the current lap times they produce? Can you tell me what the last lap was?
For Chris Shepard, I can't see it for some reason. Maybe there's some kind of anti... Oh, and also... wait, 1 second. Okay, so Chris Shepard got a 123.1 and Craig Patterson had a 123.3, so he's losing a little bit of time.
Well, we now were seeing the battle for P12 with 2 cars, 3 cars next to each other. We've got Adam Pinches there. Ooh. David Branek, I believe.
Daan Hut, David Baranek, and in front of them is Willem Kranendonk in P10, who gets attacked by Daan Hut now, and Adam Pinches in P13.
What would you do if you were Adam Pinches? Would you pit early to hope to undercut a few people?
Yes, if I was him, I would be pitting pretty soon now. I think a few laps in clean air with fresh tires could really help you out here. But of course, I'm not racing, so I might be totally wrong. But even if I see the laps of the leaders now, I mean 1:23.1. That's not really the quickest lap you can drive.
Oh, we have a spinner, and it's David Baranek. But he keeps it on the island. I believe he kept it on the island. He's still there. Look at that.
Yeah.
This is a drift demo from David Baranek. What a moves he did. He actually could move like Jagger.
Yeah, although Jagger wasn't a racer, so no. I'm not sure if he could have done that.
Well, we should ask him that next time.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, Craig Pedersen within half a second now.
Ooh, interesting.
And Matthew Klipp is also still following, so it's going to be an interesting one. I think...
we got a battle. I think Frizzell against Teeter.
Yes, indeed. And also Peter Jones there still in P8, really close behind, so it's going to be an interesting one.
We're now following Peter Jones, so we can see the battle in front. Argo Teeter giving it all to get to Roy with his quite aggressive driving style, which Argo Teeter has, but yeah, he's very effective with it in every way that he can. Well, Aaron Jodjowski still has problems with his connection, so
yeah, let's hope.
I think he will. Just hope we can finish in P5, because I guess he wants to get every point out of this. And I see an early pitter. Is that Roy Frizzell? The early pitter? Oh no, he's not pitting. He was just moving this line to not get slipstream.
It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the first one to pit. I think it's David Baranek. He's moving into the pits. He is indeed. And yeah, now we have to see what he is able to do. I think this could be a... Yeah, if you ask me, this is a really good choice.
I think so as well. And now just taking the pit stop, it's quite long.
And let's see where he comes out as well. I'm not sure how long exactly the pit stops take.
Yeah, pretty long.
Yeah. Oh, as I heard some crashing sounds. I'm not sure what happened. I think nothing major, so that's alright. Is the battle between Argo Teeter and Roy Frizzell still going?
And yeah, he's now driving away. Baranek did his pit stop, and I think it might be a good call for him. Will we see the early of the top 4? Will we see the pitting now? And I must say, Jason Muscat jumped a lot. Jason Muscat is on his old form. And who's the first one? It's Chris Shepard.
Yes, and Jason Muscat as well. So the top guys, yeah, not leaving it any longer, and I think it's the right choice for these guys. They could be gaining quite a lot of time here, and also Peter Jones in the pits now. Yeah, I think really pit stop season is starting now.
I also seen, I believe, Rink Hoekstra.
Yeah, Rink Hoekstra as well in the pits. Was just about to call that one as well. Of course, watching him.
He's driving away. Shepard is driving away. Will he stay ahead of Muscat? No, Muscat jumps in! Muscat jumps him! Muscat jumps Shepard in the pits. Oh, this is very interesting. Will he
and the
team...
is interesting indeed. How did that happen? Maybe refueling differences?
Yeah, I guess refueling differences to request pit. It could be anything. We should ask that later.
That's an interesting one. I think he lost a few seconds there. So
will this be net lead, or will this not be the lead? after the pit stops. And what will Pedersen and Clip, what will they do? Because they both drive a very good race. Yeah, Clip is going for the minute of fame. He's now leading, while Craig Pedersen now is in the pits. I guess more will follow. Jajowski's in the pits. Versal continues. This is Cheater in the pits. Kumar in the pits. This is
Duncan. Everyone. I think everyone is pitting. We are now also exactly at the halfway point, so it makes sense that everyone's pitting. Dan Hutt as well. I think only a few guys continuing. One of them is Adam Pinches as well, still going. I think he is, well, trying a different strategy, but also taking advantage of the clean air.
Look at the pit stop. Oh my god, a lot of the cars.
Yeah, this could be costing you time as well, so of course. Oh, Craig Pedersen is going already. And let's see where Jason Muscat comes out. This could well be the lead. Oh,
3 wide. Oh! Oh, they touched, 3 wide! No! Pedersen takes the lead! It's now Muscat against Shepard, but those two can drive. Look at Shepard. Oh, this would be awkward. Look at the undercut of Muscat. There is he coming? Oh, they touch!
Let's hope they don't get stuck together on the straight.
Oh, Pedersen does it. Now with better tires, he can now drive away. And those two will battle each other. Oh, wow. Interesting. And now we're looking, it's Clip in the pits. But now Pedersen pitted a lap later. Pitting later, is that the key? Why we now got Pinches in the pits. So who's leading? Is this Fabian Walter is going to lead? No, it's...
No, Roy Verzal is still going as well. So we have Verzal and Walter now in 1-2. Mark Fuller also still going, so he is up to the podium as well. Of course, it will only be for a short while, but it's still fun to see yourself in P3. Eric Stamford in P5 with Rob Hermans in P4 as well.
And where is Clip? Where is Clip? Is he
Clip is still standing, I think. He won't be competing here. No, the top 3 is already passed, and Aaron Jajowski also. He dropped down to P5 now.
Oh, look at that battle! It's Muscat against Shepard. Oh.
And Muscat forcing himself ahead.
This is an amazing battle. Look at that. And again, the undercut of Muscat. He's trying everything, but he can't pass. And this is good for Pedersen. This is very good.
Yeah, but so far he's not really able to get away that much. But a little bit now. There is a small gap. And if they go side by side again, Muscat brakes much later. And that's a good move by Muscat there.
Matthew Clip had a poor
so the big losers here are Shepard and Clip, I think, and the others are pretty much the winners.
I agree.
Kumar is now basically in P6, but I'm not sure where Roy Verzal will come out once he
we got
does
a great
his pit
battle
stop.
for P3. It's Fuller against Rob Hermans. Hermans who making a name for himself after a good race two weeks ago. He's now for the move on Fuller. Look at that. Hermans, can you do it? Of course you need to pit, but this is an amazing move. Yes, he just cleared it, and yes, Rob Hermans shows skill. Another driver which we love to see racing here at WCS League. So good move, Rob. Really respect.
Eric Stanford is now in the pits as well. Okay. He's going to be dropping down the other order, and let's see where he comes out. Even at the lower end of the points and even outside the points, it's still a really close battle.
And will he go now? Will he go now? He will go another one.
Yeah, so 4 guys still yet to pit.
I think I know why. I believe Roy Verzal was in a big battle, and now with driving on his own, he can drive his own pace and not being disturbed. I think that's the thing. And with a higher fuel load, this could actually help him.
Indeed, and Stamford drops down to 23rd, last place. So that just shows even if he's driving in P5, he just loses all the positions again, unfortunately. Although he's right behind Jeroen Huizer, so it's not impossible for him to still do something. And yeah, what you said about Versal, I think you're right. There's still a big battle going on for P11 with Argo Teeter, Peter Jones, and Adam Pinches.
Look at Muscat again against. I do something stupid with the camera.
And they need to be smart here. They need to think about Pedersen as well. If they want to win the race, then
they need to work together on a good way to get Pedersen. And it looks like they're busy with themselves. And yeah.
Yeah, although Shepard is moving out of the slipstream now, and I think Shepard is trying to get back to Pedersen now. And he will let Muscat take it, and once they are close enough again, he will try to pounce.
Yes.
I think that's what's gonna happen here.
Well, Versal is in the pits.
Yeah, he's indeed, and Walter as well.
So he's not going for the Minute of Fame. It's one of those two. Will those two lead? Well, I must say that Fuller, got another time he got passed, but it's now Rob Hermans who will lead, I believe.
Yeah, because he's the only one continuing. The only one yet to pit, so let's see how he gets on.
Minute of Fame for Rob. Oh, we need to wait. Yeah, this is...
Versal is back underway now, and I think he's coming out ahead of Kumar.
Yeah, not bad.
So P7.
Not bad.
And well clear as well, so... I think with the later pit stop, you did a good job actually there.
But yeah, it's pretty strange because in some tracks you need to pit early, and some tracks you need to pit later.
Oh, there's a few battles going on still. Argo Teeter versus Peter Jones for P10, and the two TCS off drivers, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Baranek and Willem Kranendonk.
Oh, big drift for Rob Hermans, so those tires did their best the whole race. I think he will pit now after be leading one lap. Or will he continue one more? We shall see.
Yeah, I think the moment is now.
And he completed 19 laps. Will he go now? I guess so.
Yes, he's moving to the right.
So that's the last one.
Then we can make up the balance, I guess. After that, Mark Fuller actually in the pit stops, he did a really good job. He's now in P14. Well, I think before all the pit stops started, I think he was still in P19 or P18. So he gained a few positions there as well. And yeah, actually quite close to the battle of Baranek and Kranendonk as well. Those guys driving for the same team, and I think Kranendonk, of course,
Oh, I see the car of Rob Hermans is pretty slow. Did he... I think he didn't have any fuel left. Is that correct? Can you check? Because it looked like the car was limping to on his last part of fuel.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's working.
No.
So yeah, I think that cost him a bunch of time as well. Unfortunately for him. And now we have to wait and see where he goes out. He comes out in last place actually, for sure, and actually quite a way back, unfortunately for him. And let's see what will happen in the final laps now. So we have Aaron Jovski actually. Look at this, he is now closing in on the battle for P2.
I can still see the leader, and he knows that his internet or his computer didn't help him today, because I think he was quite fast today. But can he still get on the podium? We shall see that. It looks like he's a little bit down on that. We now still have Matthew Clip in P5. It still would be a very good result for him. With Roy Versal in P6, did a good strategy, and now pays up in P6. He will be happy. Daniel Kumar in P7. Yeah, well, his car number is 777, but I think he hoped for more. But it's okay with. Adam Pidge is now in P8. Yeah, will not be happy with it, but yeah, P8 is P8, and it will help him in race 2 if he finishes in P8. So I think he's focusing on that. With yeah, the last two positions now, it's Peter Jones in P9 and Argo Taylor in P10. Yes, the P10 is pretty important with the reversed grid of 10 for race 2, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen there.
And especially at this track, I think if you are able to pull a gap of just maybe 1 or 2 seconds so that you get out of all the battles, then with the reverse grid, because everyone is so close, I think you might be able to get a good position here by taking advantage of the reverse grid. So it will be interesting to see how they do. But the race isn't over yet, and they are fighting hard, Peter Jones and Argo Taylor. So if something happens, I think David Baronek, Willem Kranendonk, and everyone behind them will gladly take the position.
Should we do all the races still from bottom to top? Then you can do it, and I will provide the cameras.
Well, it's not necessary, I think, but
yeah, we should give everybody the second of fame. So
well, it's not really a second of fame if you're in last position, I think.
Well, yeah, if you had
and
your second of fame.
And actually, he already had his second of fame.
Yeah,
it was
so,
Rob Herman.
He's now got his second of fame, his minute of fame. So
then,
let's see. In P22, that's then Eric Stanford,
Eric Stanford, yes, and he is chasing Jeroen Huizers. And before, in front of Jeroen Huizers, we see a battle with 3 cars, I think. Miguel Mozinho, Theodoros Aziroglu, and Rink Hoekstra.
That's pretty good.
Just course, earlier in the race, I was watching Rink Hoekstra, and he was, well, let's put it like this: he was defending very aggressively against Niels Vos. So,
is that the way of the Hoekstra?
Well, it's not how I would do it. Let's put it like that. It was interesting tactics.
Okay, then we go to the next
that's
car.
Niels Vos. He made it past Rink Hoekstra. And in P16 we have done it. I think he lost quite a lot of time in the pit stops or something, because he was in P11 or something before the pit stops. And the final points are currently taken by both ST cars, Gerrit de Vries and Mark Fuller.
And then the battle there in front.
Yes, that's Fabian Walter, Willem Kranendonk and David Baronek. And then we are back to the top 10 as well. And actually look at this, the battle with those 3 cars actually closed up a lot to Peter Jones and Argo Taylor. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for P10, I think, in the final few laps.
Yes, I'm agreeing on that, and then that's up.
For the top position, now Craig Patterson is almost 3 seconds ahead, because Aaron Jajowski is now in P3 and he is chasing Chris Shepard, and those guys have been in a big fight, so they lost quite a lot of time. And let's see if Jajowski can do it here on the inside.
Oh, look at that, will be 3 wide. Look at Muscat with the top speed. Look at the top speed of the little Maltese. He's coming down around the outside. Can he do it? He will do it. He will do it. Muscat moves ahead.
Yes,
so
and that is Chris Shepard taken by a Malta Force sandwich.
Yes.
By now in the stores, I think.
Yeah. Malta Force. Too fast on the straight. But it was, it looked like it was more or less a bit of teamwork. But now, Chris Shepard is trying to, attack again.
Yeah, Jajowski made a small mistake there in the braking for turn 3. That's a hated corner. So then Chris Shepard got a good run, but he backed out of it just a little bit, because he knew. I think he knew if he tried it there, then he would be losing the position again on the straight, and I think he's gonna try it here instead. So let's see what happens here. And also if
Rink Hoekstra is falling down the order, I believe.
Yes, he's been off, and I think he's not the only one. I think Miguel Mozinho as well, so it may have been a collision. And let's see what happened.
Well, I'm looking at the battle with the 2 Malta Forces and Chris Shepard, but look at those Malta Forces on the straight. It's impossible for Chris Shepard to follow, and Aaron Jajowski now will pass Jason Muscat. And Jason Muscat looks like somebody who's going to attack his teammate again, who will do the team game. Well, yeah, what did they say? Team game? They just hate each other, teammates or not. The two, the two top guys in one team. We saw that in various sports that two number one drivers can be very bad for a team. I hope this will go well in racing. Well, Chris Shepard is looking, but he's aggressive in a good way. He's trying to force his way through, but not pushing his way through. So that will be very interesting what he can do. He's battling. Oh, and he's next to Muscat. And he's getting Muscat with the undercut. Oh, lovely move. And look at that battle. And Jajovski is gone. Jajovski is checking out. And now it's Muscat versus Chris Shepard. And Chris Shepard will think, I led this race before the pit stops. Where did it go wrong?
Yeah, and on the other hand, Greg Pedersen now 4 seconds ahead, I think. We don't have enough laps left for Jajovski to catch back up.
And look at the battle with Baranek and Taylor for P10. I think Taylor, I think he did something with his tires because they're not working. Oh, and we had Willem Kranendonk hitting Taylor. I think he just misbraked himself, so he needs to use that other car. And look at this, this Fabian Walter in P12. He is racy, Fabian Walter. Look at that. That's also very new, like Willem Kranendonk. And they say to the ace drivers, the experienced drivers, well, we're the new guys here, and we are here to get a lot of points as well. So move aside.
Yeah, because Teeter actually is a champion in WCS.
Yes.
He won the first season in the BMWs.
Yeah.
So yeah, he knows how to drive, but so far this race hasn't been great. And like you said, the new guys are rushing it as Walter goes for a move on Kranendonk, but he misses the corner, and that's a shame. And also to come back on the incident between Hoekstra, who's out of the race now, and Mozinho. Well, Hoekstra made a small mistake in turn 1, then got forced off the track by Iziroglu, and then I think it was a similar incident to Verstappen and Raikkonen in Suzuka 2018. Just happened last Sunday, just with a little bit worse outcome.
Will it then happen for Craig Pedersen, who dreamt about winning a Megane race, and I actually said to him, if you just do your thing, I'm sure you will win a race. But yeah, he has been top class this whole day actually.
Yeah, already had a good qualifying. I think he qualified P3, and of course with a good lap. And yeah, he has just done the pit stop well. I didn't think he would be able to keep the lead out of the pits, but yeah, he just put his car on the inside very well, and after that he took advantage of all the battles behind him, and now he's 4 seconds clear, and I think that's going to be good
Do I
enough.
see Roy Verzell catching a Matthew Clip for P5?
Yes, that's correct.
Let's see what's happening. We're just waiting for the other cars. Kumar there in a league of his own.
And there's also a small battle for the final point between Dan Hut and Gerrit de Vries, but I think Dan Hut has the pace advantage for now. So unless he makes a mistake, and he just made a tiny one. But
so looking back on the first 4 races, I believe we had 4 different winners. Is that correct, Wopke? Can you check?
yeah, I'm on the way.
I believe I'm pretty sure it was, and if that's the case, we will have a 5th different winner if Craig can pull this over the finish line.
Yes, you're right indeed. It's Roy Schroten, Adam Pinches, Niranjan Kumar, and Aaron Jovski so far, and now we can add Craig Pedersen so far.
Yeah, if
to the
everything
list,
goes right, of course
yeah,
it
let's not
would be
curse
horrible,
it.
yeah, to curse it.
Let's instead focus on the battle for second, because I think, yeah, with just one more lap after this, I think there might be some interesting tactics. And I just saw a tiny little bit of lag for Yayovsky again, so yeah, anything could still happen. And also Roy Verzal, look at this, he caught up really quickly to Matthew Klipp. He's now in the slipstream.
Well, we are starting the last lap.
So he needs to do it quickly, but you don't want to waste a good position like this.
No, I think Roy will be pretty happy with P6, judging how this race was. But he's close. He's very close. Can he do it the last lap? He will do a sensible move if he can.
Oh, look at this for P2.
Look at this! But it can go horribly wrong, but those drivers have a lot of experience. So they box in, Shepard. They just box him in. Look at this. They just try to work him in. But look at this. Oh. And who's leading now then the group? Is it Muscat?
Yayovsky again. Yayovsky backed out of it and did the undercut on both of them. And Shepard now in P3 and Muscat now in P4. But remember, we still have 2 straights to go. And if they take the slipstream, this could be 3 wide into the final corner. And also a slipstream battle to the finish line.
While we're watching Craig Pedersen out of the last corner, he will win his first race at WCS Megané. He will be over the moon. Oh, and a touch! And a touch!
Shepard off. And Roy Verzal takes P4 then, because he also passed Matthew Klipp. And let's see what happened there. What a finish to the race.
Yes. But I wonder, was there yellow when he moved? Was there yellow?
No, I think he already did it before the finish line. And Jeroen Huizers is out of the race as well. Jeroen Huizers. Not sure what happened there. Oh yeah.
Are we waiting for the rest to finish? Who's got the magical P10?
Jeroen Huizers ran into the back of AZ Roglu. I'm not sure what happened there. It was an interesting crash. And sorry, I just missed something. Everyone is finishing the races now. So yeah, plenty of action in the final laps.
What a race. And what a finish actually. That was we saw that from the far camera, but what a race with Yayovsky and Muscat now in P2 and P3. But tell me again about the incident with Shepard. Was it his mistake or what happened? Was it just unbalanced?
If I were to judge now really quickly from just seeing this, I think yeah, Shepard tried to go for a move on the inside of Yayovsky, but I think he was just a little bit too far back. And he yeah, locked the brakes and he went onto the curb and the car started sliding a bit, and then he crashed into Yayovsky and then went round. So an unfortunate crash.
Yes. So that was race 1. That was the endurance race. What my other commentary mate Corey would have said. The longer race, the 40-minute race, with of course a win for Craig Pedersen. What a win! I didn't expect it. I really thought it would be Yayovsky again when I saw him getting pole, and yeah, Yayovsky still P2, but yeah. Pedersen did an amazing job, and yeah, I think to be honest, I think the pit crew and strategy was key here, and yeah, makes me pretty proud to see that happening, because yeah, it was so close, and if you can make the difference there, I think you will be pumped as a driver. I think yeah, we are both drivers as well, and yeah. Let's do the interviews, because I see Craig Pedersen already here and Dan Hutt. I will do the interviews, so you can do something else, getting something to drink or something, Bobke.
Yes, I'll be back soon.
Yes, so I will. So I will change. Yes. And now we are going for the mid-race interviews. So
User was moved to
we're
your
getting
channel.
Craig Patterson in, and yeah, where should we start? Craig, what a race! What a race! What a pit stop! What a strategy! I think you couldn't believe your eyes when you were there and and you got the lead. You yeah still had the lead after the pit stop. After, of course, a bit of a blocking move, but yeah, you needed to because your tires were still cold. But the whole race, can you tell us about it? Because it was quite special from your side.
Race start went quite well. Kept third place until Shepherd got
User was moved
by
out
me.
of your channel.
Then going through turn 3 on one lap, there was an issue I think where Erhan lagged and took Stefano with him, and I had to take I had to cut across the track just to make sure I didn't get collected. Thankfully, I managed to rejoin the track in second place, but I had Matthew Clip trying to challenge to take that away from me going down the back straight. Then after that, it was just trying to keep Matthew Clip behind and trying to maintain the gap between to Shepherd, which I think I managed to do. I was on some laps I was catching him up, some laps he was pulling away. Then when he went into the pits, I don't know what happened. I just did a nice clean lap. Pit stop went really well. Coming out the pits, I could see Muscat and Shepherd coming down the straight, and obviously I can't cut across the line to stop him, so I just stepped to my inside line and braked as late as I dared, and I think I had a little bit of contact with Jason, but I managed to keep P1 and inherited the lead, and yeah, just tried to keep them two behind. Luckily they started battling and I managed to get a gap and just keep it at that 3 seconds, thankfully.
Yeah, yeah, agreed on that. It was an amazing race, but yeah, you were pretty lucky that Muscat, Yajowski, and Shepard got in a battle, and you could bit drive away. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah, you might saw the incident with Yajowski and Wesley Stefano. I guess you would have been in the same situation like Wesley Stefano.
Yeah.
Anything to say about that? How heartbroken he should feel, or he would feel now?
He had good pace, no doubt about that. He was definitely one of the quickest in practice and quali, so no doubt he'll make up plenty of paces in the second race for sure. So
yeah, that's a great.
I don't think if them two hadn't collected each other, there's no way I would have won. No way.
So yeah, you need to have a bit of luck, but yeah.
Oh, of course.
I
yeah,
think you deserve that because I believe you had a bit of bad luck 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So Craig, I will drag you out because of course you need to. I need to interview two more guys, and you need to be ready for race 2. But yeah, I think this is amazing. 5 different winners in 5 different races. So
awesome.
As the neutral viewer, spectator will be very happy to see that as well because everybody can win. So good luck for race 2.
Thank you very much.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, we're now getting the second one in. And that's Dan Hutt.
User was moved to
Hello,
your channel.
Dan.
Hi.
Hey, so yeah, we only have 4 minutes. So can you tell us about your race, Dan?
Okay. The start was really well. A lot of crashes or collisions were in front of me, so I could move up easily. Was already in the top 15 in about 3 laps, I believe. So that was really nice for the start of P21. And then had a couple of overtakes and some hits here and there, of course, because it's a really tight corner sometimes. So almost had a four car overtake, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. But then I had the pit stops at P4 or at lap 14, so it was a really good lap to make a pit stop. Got really close at the pit exit behind Kranendonk, but unfortunately after turn 3 he didn't steer to the left, so he I believe he hit me off on purpose, because he didn't even steer, he didn't move a thing, he just held the steering wheel straight and hit the back of my car. So that was really unfortunate. Didn't expect it from Kranadonk, but yeah, but at the end I could finish
User
at
joined your channel.
P15, so yeah, 1 point. Could have been more, but
Could have been,
yeah,
yes.
that's the most what I could get out of the last laps.
Okay, well, we wish you good luck for race 2, and we will move you out because you need to have a little bit of time to prepare. Good luck, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
User was moved
And
out
now
of
we
your
will
channel.
get the last guy in. Well, we've got problems with your microphone, Wopke, and that's better. Let's get P4 from last racing, Roy
User was
Versel.
moved to your
Roy
channel.
Versel, are you there?
Yes, of course.
So, that strategy paid out in the end, and P4 was, I think, much more than what you expected in the beginning.
Yeah, I was leading a couple of laps, so I tried to to make a show on my own, but fortunately I had to pit stop. No, it was a great strategy indeed, but the start of the race was a little bit messy. I lost like 4 places in one lap, and after that, yeah, I managed to stay calm and try to pick up the pace, especially after I became in the free air of all the when everyone stopped, and I was setting personal best lap times all the time. And so that was really great, and as long as I could get going with those old tires and having good lap times, I didn't want to pit. So in the end, yeah, I made my pit stop, and after that I could catch the guys in front, and in the last corner I made it through Matthew Clip and passed him and finished 4th. So I was really happy with that, and yeah, thank God we didn't crash in the last corner, but it was great.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So from you, so P4, I think this is your best result from this season currently.
I'm not sure, but at least I enjoyed the race, and it was tough. Yeah, made some errors in the beginning, which cost me a lot of places and a lot of seconds. But yeah, my pace was really good, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. We'll drag you out as well because we've got less than a minute to go for the start, so good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good luck as well.
User was moved
And
out
that
of your
was
channel.
the third interview. So, Wopke, you're back already?
Yeah, I'm back.
That's
Hello.
good to hear. Well, yeah, it was a really good race, and everybody seems pretty happy. So that's always a good thing to judge. Actually, so yeah, now race 2. And what will happen now? Yeah, let's see. Will it be a pole sitter in race 2 who wins it, or will it be somebody else?
Well, you never know. It's gonna be very close, that's for sure. Of course, you know, I think the top 4 at least have a little bit of a pace advantage over some of the other guys in front of them. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they can make their way through the traffic, especially on a track like this where it's extremely close. And
Yeah, we shall see what it will be. Waiting for the grid to be reversed now. Are we now missing 3 guys? I believe those are, let's see, Jeroen Huizers, Roy Schoten, and
Wesley Stefano. Oh no, he's back. Actually.
Wesley's back. It's Attila Mornar who's not
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah. It's a Lamona, yeah.
So
But it's a shame to see the new guys, 2 of them leaving again. But we still have Willem. No, he was already. Yeah, we have Fabian Walter as well.
yeah, who was pretty good on his debut. So yeah. But,
Yes.
I'm afraid we're not seeing Roy Schouten back today. That is a shame. So.
Yeah, and especially after he missed last round, it's gonna be tough for him to do a good job in the championship like this. And
Yeah. Well, we're now waiting for everybody to line up for race 2. So race 2 is always a bit more the more wild of the 2 races. So let's see what it will bring today.
in that case, that will be very interesting because, in my opinion, race 1 was already pretty wild.
Yeah, I agree on that. Born to be wild. Oh, wait. I was just giving you a bit of a view in a moment. Nearly every car is lined up now. And now we're going to wait for the start of the formation lap, which is right about now.
Yes, and let's start doing the grid because it's a short lap again, and we have a few cars less now, but still quite a lot. We have David Baranek, who finished P10 now on pole position, and Peter Jones on the front row. Let's see what he can do. He had a good qualifying, so it might be interesting. Adam Pinches as well, of course, good pace from him. And we have Chris Shepard as well, and now he will try to retaliate after that last corner crash. Niranjan Kumar P5, Matthew Clip P6, and Roy Verzel in P7. And then we have the podium from last race, Muscat, Jajowski, and the winner Craig Pedersen. And we have Willem Kranendonk just missing out on the reverse grid. That would have been amazing for him. But he's in P11 now. Let's see what he can do from there. We have Argo Teeter in P12, Fabian Walter in P13, Matthew, not Matthew, it's Mark Fuller, sorry. And he's in P14 with Downhut in P15. Gerrit de Vries in P16, Niels Vos is P17. And we have Eric Stamford in P18. Miguel Mozinho and Rob Hermans are in P19 and P20. And then we have the last 3 guys, Theodoros Eziroglu, Rink Hoekstra and Wesley Stefano. And I believe the last 2 of those retired from the first race, and Theodoros was the final finisher. So
it'll be interesting to see if Wesley can get a good point scoring position. So we will follow his progress through the field. So
yes.
yeah, will we get 6 winners out of 6 races? What do you think, Wopke?
Of course, well, to be fair, Pinches and Kumar already won a race, and they are in P3 and P5, so they could be right on the there for the win. But also Chris Shepard is also in P4, and we saw his pace in race 1, so he could be one to keep an eye on as well. And if he wins, then we get 6 winners out of 6 races. It would be cool for the championship for sure. But yeah, there are a few guys who already won a race, so we'll see what happens, I guess.
We're waiting for the last cars to line up.
Yes, and they are standing now, I think.
See 23 cars now, waiting 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. The engine revs will rise while we're waiting for the start, and we're go. And looks who's got the best start. I think Baranek has got a good start,
Pinches,
but look at
Pinches.
Pinches. Will he do the move directly around the outside? Is he brave enough? No, he can't. Oh, it's
look at Kumar around the outside. Oh,
pretty clean still. Oh, we've got a spinner, one of the Multiforce.
yeah, that's Jason. No, actually it's fine. Oh, Craig Pedersen. Oh, he's lucky that he gets pushed in the right direction.
Oh.
Willem Kranendonk is round. And that's Argo Teeter as well. And Fabian Walter as well. And Miguel Mozinho as well. So 4 guys. Mozinho, Kranendonk, Walter and Teeter are all just a little bit behind the field now. But it's still not too bad, I think.
And
They
Baranek
can still
checks
do
out
something.
for TC off Racing. Look at this. Yeah, this is of course this super sprint race of 20 minutes.
And
look
Chris
at that.
Shepard now up to P3, so he will be trying to bounce. Oh, as he goes off a little bit.
On board with Naranjan Kumar, can he overtake Matthew Clip? Oh, he's going to try his braking lane. He might
Oh,
break it,
too
but it's
late.
late. Oh
That's
my
too
god.
late, and he pushes Peter Jones around, and
Oh
oh,
my god, this
they
was.
all crash. And oof. Actually, yeah, that's look at this. Aaron Yajovski up to P4, Muscat to P5, and
was,
Frizzell and Pedersen as well there.
A bit.
Big gain.
Yeah, what
Look
happened
at
here?
this.
Yeah, he just misbraked himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
knocked the
Kumar,
other car.
Kumar
And
went in too hot.
yeah, Clip
Yeah.
hit it as well. Yeah, it was unfortunate from Niranjan. So a bit of bad luck, and I believe Peter Jones was the one to get out worse because he was turned into the
Yes.
gravel.
And I think Gerrit de Vries had a jump start because he just went through the pits for a drive-through, I think. So that must have been an issue for him. As we see, look at this. For example, Daan Hut now in P11 with Mark Fuller in P10. Theodoros Aziroglu from P21. He's now in P11. He's fighting with Daan Hut now. And then we have Niels Vos in P13 and Rink Hoekstra in P14 with Eric Stanford as well in P15. So all these guys taking advantage of the crashing in front of them. And, oh, look at this for P2. There's a good battle going on.
Yeah. Look at that, and Baranek is still in P1, and look at the Chris Shepard. He knows he lost the first race after the pit stop. He also knows there is no pit stop in this race, and he was, I believe, the fastest after the collision with Stefano and Jajovski. So he knows he's got a chance in race 2. And look at this, he tries to get past of Adam Pinches, but not yet.
Oh, actually, he is past Adam Pinches.
Sorry, actually he is.
I think you're watching the replay.
Yeah,
or
we're a bit behind, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, we're now actually past. Yeah, so we're actually we're 10 seconds down, and he was just doing the move.
That explains a lot. So now,
Yeah.
I think Shepard needs to try to get back on the back of Baranek as soon as possible, and make sure that Pinches stays behind. Because they have a small gap to Jajovski, but it's not that big. And if they are fighting for too long, then of course Jajovski will catch back up.
Let's go on board with Rob Hermans now. P18 is battling
Oh,
with Fabian
there's
Walter.
actually Kumar. Kumar went round again, and he almost rejoined into the path of Rink Hoekstra, so that was almost a dangerous rejoin. I think Rink had his heart in his throat there, and Willem Kranendonk unfortunately out of the race.
Ah, shame.
And Argo Teeter as well, by the way, but that's also after that crash in the first lap.
So after we completed 3 laps, it's Baranek, David Baranek, leading for Chris Shepard, and then Adam Pinches in P3 with Aaron Jajowski. Yeah, just wanted to get into the mix for the podium position, so he's pushing pretty hard. And where in all this is Wesley Stefano?
He's in P9.
P9 already. That shows that he has the speed, and shows the good side at the start, and now he's already in P9. That also shows that he lost out big time in race 1, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he was fighting for the win with Jajovski, and then of course the unfortunate crash, and I think all he can do now is show that he deserves to be in that position. Another guy that is, in my opinion, doing a good job so far is Theodoros Aziroglu. He's in P12, and I think he started 21st, so that's also 9 positions gained. So that's a really good job, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's very good, and also very good in P13 Niels Vos, who's got a big train of cars behind him, and they all look to have a bit of green.
I think Stanford is gonna try it here in the final corner. No, he blocks him off. Maybe on the long straight then.
Oh, he's pushing it, but Stanford knows he's racing. He does a lot of racing, also iRacing and other things, and he knows how to battle. But now he's going to pass Niels Vos, yes, and he just out of slipstream. The car is a little bit faster. And look
Miguel
at
Mozinho. I
Mozinho.
think Mozinho will try to look on the outside, but He's smart and he waits. And we have Fabian Walter as well there, and Rob Hermans.
Yeah,
So,
Fabian Walter looks pretty good this.
Big battle, but
round
look
as well.
at this actually, the top 2. And actually, the top 3 actually. They are really close, so we do not want to miss that, I think. I think Shepard will try a move very soon.
I think they must, because Jojowski is joining, and Jojowski is a bit, yeah.
Fast.
He's a bit fast, yeah, let's say that.
He's a bit fast, yeah, and I think he's looking to get yeah, another good position here in the race. I mean, he already passed his teammate, so that's a good thing for him as well.
Look at the top 3. Top 3 is really battling hard, and it looks like Shepard is going to battle it for the lead.
Yeah, but I think if Pinchas gets a good run,
yeah,
then this might be 3 wide.
Can he catapult himself into the lead?
Oh,
look at this.
No,
he's breaking late, No. Jojowski is not there. That's actually a bit surprising, because I thought
Jojowski had a bit of lag again. Jojowski seems to be lagging again, so oh, this is dangerous stuff. His teammate is behind him now. Let's hope that doesn't cause any problems. And yeah, this top 3 is really close. But Shepard needs to do something really soon now, because I think Jojowski is joining soon.
The top 3 is close. Look at Pinchas. Pinchas next to
yeah, but
Shepard.
he has the outside
look at
now.
that. Look at that.
Can he do it? Oh, he's holding it. These guys are doing great racing, but yeah, look at this. Jojowski is already on the back of them. I think he's already getting slipped.
Muscat, and he will join soon, and might see others joining as well. Because yeah, I think David Branagh is just not fast enough, but he's keeping the lead position, and as long as he does that, I think he will make the group be very close. But yeah, now we should look at the Adonis, because I think they will catapult the Adonis with a good slipstream, but it's not working for him. Or is he? Now he's coming. He's going to the inside. No, to the outside with extra speed. Braking late. Oh,
Shepard. Oh yeah, he has the inside now for this one.
Oh no, now.
Can he do it?
Now Branagh has the inside. Look at that. Oh, and look at Jojowski. Look at Jojowski. Jojowski with a good exit. Did he pass Pinchas? No, Pinchas is still there. And we're now going on board with Muscat, because it looks like it's rush hour in front of him. But
and if he would be laughing so hard if all these 4 guys go off. But let's hope it's gonna be a good clean. But oh, Pinchas touches Shepard. Shepard. Yeah, I think he did the right thing there to rejoin like this safely. In P5 though, so he has to do all the work over again. That's unfortunate. And Jojowski in the meantime is up to P2.
But Jojowski guy is pretty good, and can he make the move stick on Baranek, or will he be the sitting duck on the next straight as well, when we see the number 3 and number 4 getting a good slipstream? Oh, want to go wide? Jojowski off, and is it Muscat into P2? Muscat into P2, and Shepard is going to follow in P3. Look at Shepard.
Yeah, but look at this, they are just too wide.
No, this will be 4 wide. This will be 4 wide. Yes, no. Who will break the latest? Oh, it's the Jojowski, or is it Muscat? Muscat.
No, that's Jojowski in P2.
Jojowski.
And then Shepard is now alongside Pinchas.
And look at Verzal. Roy Verzal thinks, hey.
Yeah, they're all joining in on the battle. And look at this. David Baranek in the meantime has got a gap again to these guys. So
look at that.
Yeah, like this, they are just handing him the win, and we are already at the halfway point. So doing a good job. Greg Patterson as well now joining in on the battle, and Wesley Stefano is now 3 seconds away from the lead. So that would be something if he wins from the back of the grid.
That would be something amazing.
Yeah, he is right there. So. If he is able to make the moves instead of all these other guys, as Pinchas goes for the inside on, I think that's Muscat, but he doesn't make it stick. Niranjan Kumar out of the race now, unfortunately for him. See what these guys can do. Bahrain doesn't have the pace to get away from these guys. I mean, as soon as they stop battling for a little bit, yeah, they lose the time again. But once they start battling again, they are losing time to Bahrain. So Bahrain is just hoping they battle for as long as they can. Shepard goes for the outside of Jajowski now, but he can't make it stick.
No. Jason Muscat in P4. I think Jason Muscat would be happy with a P4, and it would be good points. Still in P4, and I think that's what his aim is, to do a lot of consistent tries. And look at those 800 guys, they're now in P6 and 7.
Yeah, in a sandwich between the performance racing guys in 5 and 8. So, yeah, an interesting battle between these two teams, and
look at that.
yeah, that's Verzal who takes back pinches, and Stefano is trying to take both Eden's
look
guys.
at Wesley
Oh,
Stefano.
what a move there!
He stays on the line. He should just stayed on the curb with his.
And now he goes a little bit wide.
But Wesley Stefano, this is the driver of the day, if you can speak of that.
At least of the second race.
Yeah, well, if you see his mistake in the drive he does now, the standards he now shows, he shows his top class.
Yeah, great stuff. Stefano's really start living up in this championship, I think, this season. And yeah, we all know he's a quick driver, but today he's really showing that that is really the case. As he goes around the outside of Pinches, and he has the inside. Oh, Pinches try to come back there in turn 3. No, he doesn't. And yeah, look at this. Jajowski for the lead, maybe.
Jajowski for the lead? Not yet.
No, but no, that's a good move.
That's a good move, but can he make it stick? He will have the outside. Yeah, and still has the outside. Yes, Baranek stays ahead. Look at Baranek, he's pushing it like crazy. Oh, look at Shepard! Oh my God, that was a whole. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was a risky move. But,
that was a risky move. And look at Muscat. Look at that guy from Malta. Wow.
Yeah, this is insane. Like, they just make 1 or 2 moves and they are already like backing each other up again. So if they go on for 1 more lap, I'm sure that Verzal will be in the battle again as well.
Look at that. Can Jajowski do it? No, Jajowski can do it. Look at Shepard.
I think Shepard will go for the inside and try to
He will
brake
break later? No. It's Jajowski who's breaking the latest.
Yeah, oh, Muscat on the outside.
Oh, look at Muscat, he's still there,
Oh, contact. This guy's going hard into the battle.
Oh, and Jajowski got the lead. Yeah, pushes him a bit wide now.
Baranek is still there. And, oof. They're almost pushing each other now. The Shepard goes for
I think they know they should not leave Aaron too much time.
Oh, Muscat and contact, and Niels Vos is out of the race as well.
Shame, he was doing so well.
Let's see what happened. He was in P13 and P12. Oh, he just got hit in the rear by AZ Roglu and pushed off the track, so that's a shame for Niels Vos. He was doing well, but unfortunately not good enough. But the battle for the lead is still hot, and also for P3 now.
Also the battle for P12. With Fabian Walter now trying to attack.
Theodorus, but I think on the straight now, Jason Muscat tries to take back Baranek. Verzal is in there as well, so he is looking for an advantage there. And we also have Wesley Stefano, of course. Oh, Baranek and Verzal go off together.
What happened?
Wesley Stefano to P4. Baranek, I think, not sure if he went wide himself or got. Yeah, he just went over the green AstroTurf and lost the car and went into
Ah,
Verzal,
this
so
is a
that's an
shame.
unlucky crash,
Ah,
and he's
this-
waiting. I think he's waiting for Roy Verzal now, after the crash, because he knows that it was his fault, and
Which is a
that's
shame for
very
one of the
sportsmanlike.
best drivers in the race too. Of course, he got a pole, but he showed that he's got skill. So shame, but very sportsmanship like from him.
Yes, as Jajowski was lagging a little bit again.
Yeah, can that cost him a win? Or
Yeah.
will he be the first one that gets 2 wins then? We should
Yeah,
see.
it's not over yet, and we still have Chris Shepard.
Yeah, and who's in P4? Who is in P4?
That is Wesley Stefano, as I just said.
Yeah, I know, but still.
But look in P8 as well. That's Mark Fuller.
Yeah, Mark Fuller is
And
also
he's
driving
only
an
8
amazing
seconds
race.
away from the lead, so amazing job by Mark Fuller as well. And yeah, let's hope that these final few laps will also be great ones. See what Stefano can still do, and if Shepard is able to place an attack on Jajowski. I think he had a better corner there out of turn 3, a better exit, I mean.
Look at that, yeah, Shepard is quite quick now. Will he
Yeah,
go
but
for
I
a
think you will. Nah, that would be too risky, I think, indeed. I think he's gonna be trying to line himself up now for the longer straights and see what he can do there. I think all he needs to focus on now is the exits of the corner.
Yeah, that is coming, he's coming. Will he do the dive bomb here? Well, I'm not sure
I
if
think
you
he's
need a dive
waiting.
bomb.
I think it's better to wait here.
Look at this. Yeah, good exit from Shepard. So he will now take some speed with them. Well, we've got 2 laps to go. Let's see.
There he comes.
From the inside, on the inside, what can Jajowski do? Is he the sitting duck? I think on this braking zone he is. Tries to brake later.
Oh, Jajowski lag.
Yes, and he gives the position after a bit of lag.
And he's lagging again, so let's hope he can at least finish the race.
But that cost him, yeah, the first position. Can he still get P2 then, or are the problems are they too big? Oh, this will be interesting. But with 1.5 laps to go, it's Chris Shepard who lost the win in after the pit stop in race 1. Can he win it then? Can he win and make it 6 winners out of 6 races, or 6 different winners?
Oh, Jajowski is out of the race.
Is he out of the race?
Yes,
Oh, this is
Jajowski
huge
is
for
out
the
of the race.
huge for the championship. Of course. Oh, this is shit. This is sorry for my language. This is really poor for the championship. But what a change.
Yeah, that was. I think he just got kicked out of the server for just because of his lag. That's really unfortunate, like you said.
And Wesley
I think,
Stefano, yeah, now in P3 because of it. And
Yeah,
will
that's
this be
the good thing about
the
it.
last? Is it already the last lap, or do we got one more?
We are going into the last lap now.
Okay.
So yeah, Chris Shepard now with a second lead over Jason Muscat. I think he has it in the bag, unless he makes a mistake. And then we have Wesley Stefano. Yeah, he's also just with a small gap in front and a small gap
Ooh.
back.
Well, I saw a bit of a tail wiggle of the car of Chris Shepard. So it's Wesley 3, and then the 2 Adonis cars, yeah, they were a bit down, but with incidents they moved up. So they are P4 and P5. Let's see where's the rest. It's Matthew Clip still in P6, so there will be 2 good results for Matthew Clip. Mark Fuller in P7. What a race for that guy. Roy Verzal, David Brannick 8 and 9 now, so looks pretty good after that hit still for them. But we're on the last straight, or second to last straight, and we're going to see another new winner. It will be Chris Shepard, of course, a guy who we know is pretty quick in those cars. But yeah, he gets a win for Sly Fox Racing. Sly Fox Racing's first win. He wins race 2 here in Bahrain short with Jason Muscat in P2. Wesley Stefano in P3, and I see something like a team order at Adonis because Adam just got Craig Patterson for P4 P5, Matthew Clip in P6, with Roy Versal in P7. Will not be too unhappy with it. Roy in P8, yeah. David in P9, and Dan Hutt, with big respect for Dan Hutt, got P10. Fabian Walter in P11, great race for him. Miguel Machino, after the difficult race 1, he got P12. P13 for Rob Hermans, who shows he can score points in like every condition you give him. Gerrit de Vries got points in P14 and just thinks to blow his Renault engine. Well, Mr. Abitable, who's present here, he will be very happy with that. And 15th position is for Eric Stanford, which of course I'm very happy with because Eric does a lot of testing as well. So great to see. So that was race 2.
And unfortunately, we have 3 more finishers: Rien Koekstra and Theodoros Eziroglu and Peter Jones finishing outside the points. Rien Koekstra P16 again. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him as well because I think he does a lot of testing as well. So yeah, he was close this time. It was less than a second difference, but not good enough. And yeah, what a race again.
Yeah, what a race again. And for the championship, this is interesting because who's now leading?
Oh, I don't think I can just say that easily because we also need to keep in mind that we have drop scores and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think Mr. Jason Muscat did a good job today. I really feel that he did the best job he could. So interesting where he is in the championship. It might
I
be
think his
pinches.
previous results are not good enough.
Maybe it's pinches, maybe it's still Jajowski. We shall see later. We just now wait for
I think
interview.
From the top of my head it would be Aaron Jajowski. And then Adam Pinches in P2.
Yeah.
And then after that, it could be anyone. I mean, it's all been very close. Yeah, not sure, but yeah, amazing races, and we will see after the races who is leading, and then before next round we can give you an update, and you can always look it up on our website as well. www.WCSLeague.net. So if you want to keep updated with the standings and everything, you can look it up there. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we actually have some interviewees, so I will give you the interviewees now, so I can get something to drink. Are you agreeing on that, Wopke?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Then I will use chase the banner, and I believe you've got rights to drag them in, and then I will get something to drink.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
Was moved to your channel.
Sorry if you were in a conversation. Let's move on to the first guy. It's Niels Vos, who I think had 2 quite unfortunate races with.
Well, it's getting. Yeah, you know, every single time I'm driving, and I'm not telling that I'm doing all the good things, you know, but. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Got it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I saw what happened in, especially in race 2, and of course how you went out of the race. It was an unfortunate incident. If you get hit in the rear, I think there's nothing you can do. So.
No, but you know, when I'm driving the GP, I'm not good enough. I know it from myself. I'm not that fast. And I'm unfortunate there. Megan was really my main, where I liked most, and every single time I'm driving, it turns out, a mess up. So I don't have much to say unless the only thing I want to say is that I retire driving from WCS. I'm just done, and that's why I was on interview channel, so everyone will know.
Okay, that's.
I'm just done.
Okay, that's unfortunate to hear, but yeah, if you don't enjoy the driving anymore, I think.
Now, the problem is that I know I make mistakes, you know, but I always try to play fair. But if you see on the replay on how I got pushed off the track, it's just ridiculous. It really is. And yeah, race 1 I made one mistake. That's why I got back in the lineup. But I was trying to race to the front again, and then I was like used as a cushion, so they can brake later, and I was the one who got rammed off. And yeah, I'm just done. I'm gutted, and yeah, I'm just going to retire. And I hope that Shepard will stay in the team, and I will have to find a second driver then.
Okay, thanks for letting us know. We will now move on to the next guy.
Okay.
User left your channel. User was
bring in
moved to
Roy
your
Verzal,
channel.
and this guy I think had a more positive race too, although in the end it turned out to be quite bad. Can you talk us through your race?
Actually, it was a good race. Again, I had some good pace. I was in control of the car. Unfortunately, David lost it in turn 2 and crashed into me. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. Shit happens. It's racing, and these things can happen. And after that, I managed. I had a little bit of damage, but I crashed in the wall. I had to reverse the car and still managed to finish in 8th. That was okay, but yeah, could have been better. The podium, I'm sure I was getting on the podium if I didn't crash it. The pace was so good, I felt really confident, and I was really going for it. But yeah, these things happen, and I'm back on Istanbul again.
Yes, that's good to hear that you are positive, even though maybe the results from both races don't really show it.
Yeah, and, but the results are not everything. I mean, if you have a good race for yourself, you know your pace is very good, yeah, you can be proud as well, and that's definitely what I'm about now.
Yes, true, and especially looking forward to the next race, I think it should give you a lot of confidence. Do you think you can fight for the podiums again there, or?
It'll be difficult with those lineups. I mean, we got so plenty good drivers, and yeah, it's difficult to keep up with them. So you have to be in a good form. Last race in Mugello, I was really struggling with the tires. So yeah, it could be a thing as well in Istanbul. It's hard for the tires as well, especially turn 8. So yeah. I'm looking forward to the track. It's a short version of the Istanbul track, and that's yeah, that will be close racing once again. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that track as well.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Thank you, Roy, and we hope to see you next time. Hopefully, with some good results again.
Yeah, thank you very much for the broadcast, and hopefully see you next time again.
Yes, you too. I think this is the end then. I don't think we have any more drivers
no.
for the interviews.
So that leaves us with some things to say, of course. In 2 weeks' time we will be back for another round of the Megans, and whether the plane ticket brings us, well, not the plane ticket, but the plane, which we need a plane ticket. Where will we go in 2 weeks? I believe it's Istanbul Park, so it will be interesting to get some döner before the start, and then getting some nice races. So looking forward to that. But of course, next week we are going to Hockenheim for the WCS GP. That is next week, so hopefully you will yeah, at least follow that if we get a stream for that. But we will let you know on Facebook or on the website itself. So I want to thank everybody, and especially I want to thank my co-commentator Wopke for giving a great analysis of the races, and with his sharp eye we didn't miss anything today. So thanks, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. So bye bye.